What do you think of that? What don't you think of that? I think that girl has got everything that she deserves. Wow. What do you think of that? What don't you think of that? I think that girl has got everything that she deserves.
Anyway, I went in there and she was heaving. I was like, it still makes me laugh. I was like, what's going on? She was like, and she was trying to tell me, right, that the more she was heaving, the more I was fucking laughing. I was like, what? She's like, turns out whoever had done the resident with the colostomy bag had put the bag in the laundry by accident.
Oh no.
So when she separated it, and this poor girl was just telling me whilst heaving the whole fucking time, like, honestly, we still laugh about that. And at the same place while Lisa was there, we were out having a fag break. Me, Lisa, Mandy, and I think Charlotte was there, I can't remember. But anyway, so we're out there having a fag break. So the chef comes out, and he's showing off in front of Charlotte and the rest of us, and he climbs up on the garage roof and he just fucking went through. He got on the garage roof and just fucking
What?
he fell through the whole fucking roof, right? And we all go we're all like,
Where did he go?
Then he pops up like this.
Fucking hell.
Honestly, and what don't laugh, and it was so. I'm alright. Fucking just speechless. Oh, that was a good day. That was. I'm gonna have to ring her to laugh about it. I'm a very visual person. It's back on there.
Fucking hell.
Oh, that
You
was
alright?
such a fucking good day, babe. Honestly, I was laughing. We still laugh and laugh and laugh about that. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, what a good day.
Such a knob.
I can't even remember his name. Just the fact that he went through the roof. He had to go round.
Why
because
does he
obviously it
go
was
on the
next to-
roof?
To show off.
Men are stupid.
He
man,
had to
aren't
go
they?
round, and obviously he had to pay for the fucking roof repair. It was so funny.
Did he get a date out of it?
No.
No one was interested.
Just the
in
clown after that,
stupid
wasn't it? I
men.
mean, the way fucking had to still work the rest of the day.
Did he hurt himself?
I have no idea. Once he went,
Dickhead.
alright, we were all gone after that.
Wow.
Oh, that was a fucking good day,
Men are
mate.
stupid,
There are
man.
some stories from that place, but that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I can't see. Oh, what a good day. Anyway. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it together now because I can't stop
Sort it out.
visualising it. Oh.
Sort it out.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
She's broken.
Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, it's really difficult to try and get my brain, like, because I keep just replaying it. I can, no, honestly. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, dear. Right. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Hello, everyone. And welcome to Middle-Aged Opinion. Stop looking at me. I'm your host, Ellie. Is that not good enough?
Fuck's sake.
I feel like it's gonna get.
Let me know when you're
I'll
done.
just tell you one more
I
story.
just feel like I wasn't there.
One more story.
Go on.
Me and my sister were in this deep conversation. I was pregnant with Alfie, and I went. She fucking shut up because she thought there was a bee on her. Right?
What?
I went, and she thought there was something on her, so she jumped up and started fucking thrashing. I mean, you might have had to be there. But I went to a training session. I was quite heavily pregnant. And then the instructor went, that was it. We had to go and break early and everything because I could not fucking stop laughing because all I could see was Lisa.
Oh my goodness.
That was a good day as well. I mean, I threw up the whole day after, but that was really funny. She literally had to stop the whole course.
Because of you.
Because I couldn't get myself together. I tried so hard to stop thinking about it, but every time I just see
Did you wet
Lisa
yourself?
jumping up. No.
Wow, good.
And I had to apologise and everything. Not, I didn't have to, but obviously I did. I was like, it's the hormones. I'm so it's actually, it's not. It's just the replay. I'm very visual, yeah? Right. Okay, let's go again.
You ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Can you cope?
Do I do the whole hello middle
Yeah,
age?
you do.
Okay, sorry. I feel like I'm in trouble. Hello everyone and
Oh,
welcome.
we're ready,
Oh, see?
I'm trying to sit up and look. Like I'm not ready to go to sleep.
Chin in it. Hello everyone. Hello everyone and welcome to Middle Aged
I feel
Opinion.
like you started that while I was whacking
And I
myself.
went like carried on. Yeah.
Put your
Right.
teeth in.
Hello everyone and welcome.
You did that again and I was making slappy teeth noises.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, don't look at me.
No.
Alright.
I shall.
Hello everyone.
Sorry, start again.
Hello everyone and welcome to I feel like we're never gonna get there. Are you good?
Yeah.
It's you now. Hello everyone and welcome to Middle Aged Opinion. I'm your host Ellie.
And I'm your host, Emily. And that was take 22
Oh mate.
of Hi.
Yeah, it was.
Today we're going to look at True Off Our Chest. If all you guys with those really wrong stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them are weird. I mean, I've saved one that's going to really upset Emily specifically because of the title, and I saved it without even reading it to start with and went back to it. I love it. I'm like, yep.
Right,
Right.
great. Come on, let's
Okay.
to these wrong ends.
Girl wants to steal my husband because she thinks he pays the bills. Plot twist, I pay them.
Let her have him.
Well, he might not want to go there, babe. It's not really his fault.
Alright, we'll see.
Yeah, okay. My husband, who is lovely, by the way.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's a keeper, yeah?
Yeah, he's a keeper. He used to have
we'll see.
he used to have a big career, but left everything to start something on his own. His new adventure sounds fancy and all, but honestly, it's eating more money than it's bringing in. For fuck's sake, it's that roof. Right, it is eating more money than it is bringing any in, and it's a huge risk. However, when you hear about it, you might think, damn, that's a good business. We live a good life, not gonna lie, so I know how this looks. There is a family friend, woman that we kind of recently met. All was fine and respectful until she heard what my husband does, his own business, how much we paid for the house, which schools our kids go to, etc, etc. Information that has slowly come out over time. She then started to directly and seamlessly flirt with him and all. You know how it goes. Funny part is I'm the one making the money. Everything she likes in our life is what I am paying for. My job is good enough to give us the life that we have now and allow my husband to take the risk. So joke's on her, I guess. Would she start flirting with me if she knew? Gosh, I hope not. That's it. It's a very short one.
I mean, because of how my head is, how's is she flirting with him? Why is this going on?
It would be inappropriate enough for her to notice she's
Yeah.
heard. Yeah.
Clearly gone on too long already for her to be able to make comments about it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have someone like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sniffing about, full stop.
It's not that it's nothing on him at all, because by the sounds of it, he's not doing anything to reciprocate this. But I couldn't have someone that's.
No, but that is also the problem. He's not doing anything.
Yeah, I get
Let's
what you're
nip
saying.
that in the bud
Yeah.
real quick, because
Well, I just wouldn't have that person in my life.
no, that's
She's-
got to go.
Right, she's brand new to them, so there's no point in continuing this road. I hope you or your husband put this person in her place. This needs to be shut down hard. Even if you trust your husband, this attack on your marriage and your character and his character is still disgusting. I want to see if she's written back. I don't think OP has. Everyone's saying the same thing. Be done with this, or put a stop to it. I wouldn't even put a stop to it. I would just not have this person.
Yeah, done.
It doesn't sound like she brings anything into the friendship. So, I mean, once she starts behaving like that, what's the point in having someone like that? I wouldn't want someone like that round.
No.
So I feel uncomfortable all the time. No thanks.
No. You want to be able to walk out of a room and feel comfortable that
She's not going to be
of who
flirting.
you've left in the room.
Yeah. But it's funny, isn't it? Because she automatically thinks that he's the rich one. But it's not. It's, well, the one that's, well off. But it's not. It's the wife that's taking care of business. Weird. So what she want to do? Get rid of the wife and step into her place?
Oh yeah, that's what they normally
Yeah,
would do.
couldn't have that. She's doing something enough that the wife's noticing. So let's just buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. There's not really a lot to say about that one. It was short and sweet. Yeah, I wouldn't have that person around me.
Bye.
And when they say why, I say because of your behaviour. Simple, innit?
Yeah, we're grown ass people here.
And you're making me uncomfortable in my own home.
No, you don't even need to tell
I
her.
wouldn't.
No, let her have this.
And
delusion.
clearly the wife respects the husband enough to not put him down and say, actually, since he started this business, he's not. Do you know what I mean? She's not like, oh no, it's me. But yeah, I just think bye. Yeah. Okay.
I stopped drinking and realised I don't like my girlfriend.
Fair play. Beer goggles.
Massive. Basically,
She's a
the
manta.
title. I'm in a relatively new relationship, about 9 months. Although it hasn't been too long, we've already had the marriage and kids conversation, and I'm pretty much on the same page as it relates to timelines and expectations. I'm typically a heavy drinker, about 4 times a week. Because I'm getting older, I've decided to stop drinking and smoking to save money, prioritise my health, and re-evaluate my relationship with alcohol. It's been just over a month. Since I've stopped, I've been much calmer, argue less, and listen much more. It's been okay so far, but really everything she does just annoys me. If I was drinking some of the things she says when she tries to argue with me, I would have argued back. Since I've been sober, I just listen to her complain and try to draw me into an argument. I wait until she shuts up, then try to change the topic to something else. We sit in silence a lot more now. The relationship has positives, so I have no intention of leaving. It's actually the main reason why I stopped drinking and smoking. I also know you're not supposed to make any major decisions when you've just made major lifestyle changes.
True.
I also know these changes could be a big contributor to me being irritated in general. I'm really just here to vent, hoping it all works out in the end. I stopped drinking and realised I don't like my girlfriend.
This is a difficult one.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Thing is, he's bettering himself,
Which is fantastic for you. 1,
and
2,
his
3, well
life.
done.
You.
You, not me.
And I think, rather than dumping her, why doesn't he just say, can I just have, as I've stopped drinking and whatever, I just need a couple of weeks to myself. I mean, she's not going to take it well no matter
it's
what.
not going to go well, is it?
But it's not going to go well if he dumped her. And he's trying to not, and he could say, I'm trying to not make stupid decisions and rush into anything. I think that I need, as I've stopped drinking, I need just a few, just 1 week. I'm like trying to, because a bit of time away from someone really can make you...
Even just a long weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
So the top comment is like, please don't drive into kids and marriage until you genuinely feel differently about her. Remember that it is unlikely that you will be able to change her personality, and that is unfair by her for you to even attempt that. Perfectly good bit of advice. Pretty sound.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely stick at doing you first.
Yeah.
And see if you can get that bit of time away, isn't it?
100%. I think it's
and see how you go after.
I think he's doing immense, but if he goes back to drinking, he's going to end up taking her back anyway.
Someone says, when I stopped drinking, I realised I hate being around anyone drunk. My lord, it is frustrating. I regret ever putting people through that shit. Drunk people are so annoying.
So, you know, as someone who's known an alcoholic in their life, you are different.
Yeah.
I'm different when I've had a drink.
Oh, so am I.
Right.
Like, I spend quite a lot of my life around drunk people. No, don't.
I think I'm quite a happy drunk when I'm drunk. I say drunk, but I'm not a drunk.
I'm a happy drinker.
Yeah, I'm actually what you call a classic binge drinker, because I can go a year without alcohol. I mean, COVID, I had one drinking COVID. What, were we in 2 years?
What?
We were in for 2 years of COVID.
Something like that.
I had like one Bailey's. That was it. The whole of COVID.
I don't think I drank over there.
Not because I don't particularly like the taste of alcohol. So it's not like I avoid alcohol for any other reason than I get in and I'd rather have a coffee or a cold drink than I will. And except summer, I don't mind the odd beer, but it's difficult.
Shandy in the summer, every now and then.
Yeah, just one. If I go to a pub or out with my friends, then yeah, I'm like a proper binge drinker. I'm like, the more the merrier. So I don't like being sick, so I try to stop just before then. Yeah. Doesn't always work though. Buttons.
One more. I think giving it time sounds like a very good plan. Having said that, please don't stick around if she doesn't make you happy when you're sober. Also, congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, he's doing amazing. It's no easy feat to give up alcohol, especially if you've got like an addictive personality or it's a clutch or whatever. Like, you know, it's funny because I never used to really understand, but obviously the older I've got, the more I understand that alcohol is just another dependency, like me vaping or, you know, there's many reasons people drink, but yeah, that's not the podcast. But anyway, I'm moving on. So I'm not going to lie, I read the title, saw the warning, and then pressed save before reading it because the warning was for Emily. I don't know why I do it, I can't help it, but it's actually a really, really interesting story. Are you ready? My 11-year-old is obsessed with horror and animal death. Content warning, animal abuse.
Oh, fuck's sake.
All that, listen.
Kids and animals.
The whole thing. But when I read it to you, you're going to be like, fuck. Right. I'm really struggling.
Uncomfortable already.
I'm really struggling and I don't know where else to turn. My son just turned 11. I didn't even read the comments because I wanted to read them together. And lately, I've been really worried about his behaviour and interests. He's always been a bit of an odd kid, really quiet and keeps to himself. A couple of years ago, he started getting really into horror, movies and books. You're looking at me. I enjoy a good horror. At first, I didn't think much of it, but his taste has gotten a lot darker over time. He's not just interested in the typical horror movies. He specifically seeks out the most graphic and disturbing stuff he can find. Stop looking at me. If he isn't watching them, he's reading books about them and about real life crimes or drawing really violent pictures. I don't do that. A few days ago, I noticed a weird smell coming from his room. I thought maybe he had left some food underneath his bed, but when I looked, I found a small plastic container with dead animals inside.
Dead animals?
Mhm.
We're talking small critters.
Okay, anyway.
Go on.
He even had
I'm trying to make it okay. That's okay.
He even had a dismembered cat corpse.
What?
Yeah, it's quite worrying, this. I was completely shocked when I confronted him. He just looked at me blankly and he said that he'd found them already dead and he wanted to study them. He didn't seem upset or defensive, just indifferent. Almost like he didn't understand why I was so disturbed.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
They were already dead.
Yeah.
They'd be okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if I believe that either.
Yeah, I went to the cemetery and dug it up. It was
Yeah.
already dead.
This one time,
No one would have known. Sorry.
I tried to have a conversation about it later, asking why he was so interested in dead animals and why he hadn't told me about finding them. He just shrugged and said he didn't think it was a big deal. He said he was curious about how things work on the inside and that it wasn't like he killed them. He said that they were already dead when he found them. I'm not sure what to think. He has always been a bit socially awkward and fascinated by weird stuff, but this just feels different. I've tried to talk to him again after and a few more times, but he either changes the subject or just stares at me like he doesn't get why I'm upset. I'm terrified that this could be a sign of something more serious. I just don't know what to do. Should I take him to a therapist? Am I being paranoid? I love my son so much and just want to help him if there's something wrong. Has anyone else dealt with this or something like this? Any advice would be really appreciated. I'm not gonna, she's done a little edit, so I'll just say
it sounds like the kid needed a chemistry set, you know.
I disagree. He sounds like a psychopath. Jeffrey Dahmer said exactly the same thing. Or some other serial killer that I've heard about where they want to see how things work from the inside. It's a very specific, weird thing that is very associated with...
You've literally gone straight into Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'm not eating that.
I mean, it's great to have a curiosity. It's a little bit weird he's kept it secret.
Mm.
And maybe because I want to say because he think maybe people think it weird, but by what she's saying, how he's reacting to it, he's just like, what's wrong with that? Which
is the most
thinking that, yeah.
That's, to me, is the most concerning part. That he's got... I'm struggling to believe that he's finding all these dead animals as well. Like, I'm struggling with all these cut up cats and shit.
The cat would be my biggest, like, red flag there. The little animal...
anything.
You can find little animals dead in the woods and stuff. It depends
You
what
don't
you do.
bring them home, keep them in
Well,
a
no,
box,
you
babe,
don't
and examine
bring
them.
home. No, normal people don't. But
Not one coroner goes, oh, how did you get into it? Well, I used to collect dead animals and bring... No, that is how a serial killer story starts. Really is. And like, I listen to them all the time, babe. Yeah. So, some of the comments.
Go on.
How is he able to seek out this disturbing stuff and watch graphic horror movies? At that
and
age,
horror movies.
yeah, we didn't even touch on that.
We were just so fixated
Horror
on the
movies,
dead animals.
it's not a problem because I love them. My kids watch them. Like, it's not, I say my kids, my young adults, I'm saying that now, but they were young when they started. It's not, to me, that's not a problem thing. The graphic stuff is a bit weird. At the age, my son's father was monitoring his online activity and what he watched. And then someone says, for real, where is the monitoring here? It goes on, a few people like this. Someone said, I'm concerned at how indifferent he is. That is also a red flag.
Yeah.
It's not normal, babe. Let's not pretend that it is, because it's not normal.
It's not normal.
And then someone said he's not even aware that he's doing anything strange. Life teaches you that strange.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he does go to school.
Oh.
And there are...
We've only got a therapist.
Go on, therapist.
Therapist here. You absolutely. Absolutely. That was quite good Scottish.
Therapist.
Yeah, absolutely. Need to do it. Right, anyway, I just spat everywhere. You're welcome. Have you just changed these?
No, because I knew you were coming to spit in my room.
Right, therapist here. You absolutely don't fucking start. Shush. Absolutely need to get him into therapy like yesterday. I would also recommend a psychotherapist provider for him. These are telltale signs of something larger at play. I would also be curious if you have any younger children or animals in the home, any living things that your son may perceive as more valuable than him. Oh, vulnerable than him. I should be a fucking therapist. Should I change my mind in September and go for therapy?
She doesn't want to be a singer anymore. She wants to be a therapist.
I'm going to be a plumber because I've already enrolled, but I can change.
Mario, calm down.
Mario, go karts. What was the? Right, anyway.
I just...
I'm doing them all.
What's happening?
Oh, little Mario go kart.
I feel like you've had too much coffee.
I've had a couple of sips of Coke. It's the most calories I've had all week.
Just got a bit of sugar in it. This is the problem. I put 2 big heaps
someone
of sugar
said
in the coffee.
underneath to the therapist, this, for the love of God, all this. Upvote for this. Like, people are literally like, listen to the therapist. Right. I personally have never seen a cat corpse laying around. No. Are you sure that he didn't kill the cat? Because killing animals as a child is one of the key characteristics of a young psychopath murderer. Although it's called antisocial personality disorder now. Yeah. He needs a therapy. I mean, this one is... Right, in all my 38 years on this earth, I have never seen maybe 2 dead birds and 2 cats squashed by cars in the road.
Really? I've seen loads of dead animals on the road. Loads.
On the road?
Yeah, but, you know, on the... She's literally just said
depends where
4
you live.
critters.
Where you live. If you're in the city, it's less likely than where we are, babe. The way we drive to work and that.
I don't hit them. What do you mean the way we drive?
No. The
swerve, hit them. Badger.
The road. I'd rather crash into a car than hurt an animal.
The amount of times I've really crashed because a squirrel looked at me.
No, don't. You won't die
today.
Don't
do it. I will not.
You know the one going to, where
you know when a leaf goes across and I think it's a mouse.
Yeah. Where the kids, where your boys go to school, and I used to take the kids down there. Fuck it. I've gone down there. It's 40, innit? So I've gone down there. I'm at 40 mile per hour, and a fucking fox ran out, swerved to the other side of the road. Paul was like, "You're meant to hit it and not swerve." I was like, "There weren't a car, but even if there were cars, I still would have hit the other car than hurt that fucking fox. I'll tell you that."
Don't worry about the kids.
In hospital, I'll be like, "Did the fox slip?"
Is the fox alright? It's traumatised.
But this person is right, babe. Unless you're near, like when I lived in Wallington, I don't think I ever. Do you know what I mean? I might have seen the odd fox, so I get what they're saying. Right, I've taken, and somehow this 11-year-old has stumbled across more dead animals than me. OP, your son is most likely lying to you. He needs therapy. He needs more than therapy. Do you know? Apparently, I'm pretty sure this is right, so do correct me if I'm wrong, that if you are a psychopath, which is now apparently called something else,
Mm-hmm.
there is no cure. So you've got no empathy, you've got no, everything is nothing to you except your satisfaction and making yourself happy. But apparently, if a child is discovered young enough to be a psychopath, they can be taught behaviour that will get them through, so they can fake their way through life, because not everyone that has this condition is going to kill, murder and all this sort of thing. It doesn't always mean that, but they can go through therapy, and they literally spend their whole lives in therapy learning how to pretend that they feel empathy, love, all these things, facial expressions, whatever. Like, they lie and fake their way through life to live a normal life. Don't you think that's fascinating?
I find that quite scary, actually.
Yes, exactly. But it's the same
So
as a narcissist.
they could be still doing these things, but because they've learnt how to lie about it.
Yeah. But not a lot. Not a lot. Like I say, if my information is accurate on what I've listened to and read, not a lot make it there, babe. So a lot more than not. A lot of murderers, kill animals, blah blah blah, are in jail for other offences. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, kill their siblings.
Yeah, but a narcissist is semi on the same path. They do love and all these sort of things, like that's all real. But the centre of a narcissist universe is themselves and control of other people. So that's very different from a psychopath. But yeah, but these characteristics, this child, how she's not picked up on it before?
She probably has, but do you know when it's your own child, you're like, oh no, they'll grow out of it, and you're like, oh, they're just different.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really don't want to.
Oh, where's the dog?
Wake up to the fact that I know this is not good.
I mean, everyone is like, your kid needs urgent referral. You're allowing your young child to watch. It's nothing to do with the horror movies. It's not. I'm sorry, but it's just not.
I mean,
there you go. I watched plenty of horror films as a young'un. So did my brother, my dad, and my two brothers. None of us have ever wanted to commit violence against animals or humans. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really believe if you got the structure, it's like, you remember when they tried to
when you work, your brain works a certain way.
That's what I'm saying.
The danger of watching horrors is that you're putting
the ideas
into the brain,
but
rather than going, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, but it's, like when everyone jumped on the bandwagon of saying, oh, you're like, I committed this offence because I play all these games and I'm a child, like GTA and all these things. And then for a long time, social media, the news, all of this tried to blame it on these games. It's just, in my opinion, it's just not true. I think obviously if you're that way inclined,
I think that's the thing.
Then it's encouraging and giving you ideas.
Problem more so now than ever before is there are so many neurodiverse things happening at the moment.
Yeah, but
on the spectrum.
Fine. Are they though, or have they always been there and been ignored?
And been ignored. But
Right.
where they're actually now a lot more out there and apparent.
Yeah.
And actually people are being diagnosed left, right and fucking centre. I think that they're now putting this into those boxes and be like, this is why these people have done this because of, and the encouragement of those games and films and made those behaviours more real for those people because they'd seen it and they were curious about it, or they enjoyed that and wanted to try.
There is a story, now I'm not sure if it's a real story or a made up story, but apparently there's a story about people that did play GTA, went out and played GTA in real life, killing people.
I think that was a real thing.
I feel like it was. Those people were mentally ill, and that's my point. Like, they were yes, they led to do other things because they were in some sort of psychosis with the game, related to the game or whatever, but these things are never the problem. So had that kid not have found it that way, he was going to find it another way eventually. Do you see what I'm saying? Because the urges and the want, so it may have been later in life or whatever, but you know, actually, if anything, it's not a bad thing that they've caught it while he's young.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But great, like, interesting thing, and then it's making me think the one we do with Keely, maybe we need to go more on the whole psychopaths and all that and crimes. They've like literally choose a neurodivergent thing and literally pick a case from each of that. That would be interesting, and explain what that means to be diagnosed as such. Because I could go on all day about psychopaths. Can you imagine pretending your whole life through, like everything is a lie?
But so many people do that anyway, and
They
they don't
do.
even have to be psychopaths. They so many people do that anyway.
I mean, they do, but that is a full level of
the extreme of it.
Yeah, is like what a lot of
mean,
work.
what do you go home and then close that door and then like just?
No,
How do you just let go?
They don't let go because they don't feel it, and that's the point. There's no empathy. There's no love. It's none of it. It's none of it's real. There's
It's just a dead existence, isn't it?
Yeah, but not to them.
It is though if you're pretending.
But you wouldn't. But my point is, you don't know that because your brain doesn't let you think. Oh, I'm at work all day. I'm faking my way through this. Your brain isn't doing. It's not.
There must be something still in their head that goes like that, you know.
Yeah. Gets the cat and.
Or just the thought. Do you know, like is it Mean Machines, the football film?
Right.
In the prison. You watched it, Mean Machine?
I don't think so.
Where Jason, what's his fucking name?
I won't know. Just tell me the context.
Anyway, well, his character's called the Pope, and he ends up playing in goal as the goalkeeper for the prisoner side, but he's in for life because he's psychopathic and he's like a mass murderer.
I feel like I have.
Definitely have.
I feel
seen
like I
this,
have. Yeah.
Definitely. But they suddenly flick into his head where he's just killed all the girls and he's rampaging, and then he's like saves the ball. That's what really happened.
Yeah.
But
I do. I think that would make.
I think that would be like what they'd be like.
That's what I'm saying. I think that whatever we choose for Keely, I think that if they're good, really good stories, we look at, and these people have got their diagnosis. I feel like we look at exactly what that means.
I mean, that story, my head goes, oh, you know, it is healthy to be curious.
No,
it is healthy to be curious, but the chances are he probably did kill the cat.
Yeah,
and there are
massively.
There are safer ways to be curious about biology.
Nobody is curious. Nobody I know. Right, listen. It's all very fascinating how the human body works, how animals' body works, but nobody other than what I've listened to and read documentaries, and the only other place I've heard how it worked from the inside is literally from serial killers. Literally from their words. I wanted to see how it worked from the inside. It's fucking weird, babe. Who talks like that? Even my phone's upset.
Someone wants to know, but you can go on the internet and find stuff out like that. We do live in a world where you can.
Before I move on,
Google like, how things work on the inside.
I want to see if she's
how
done
my body works.
There's no update.
There are books for that.
There are literally
there
books.
are little models you can make, and you know, Toys R Us gets little chemistry stick with its little rubber frog. There you put it together. It's all like see-through rubber stuff, and you put it together and you take it apart together. And they've got a bat as well. Anyway, you know, there are cool things where you can find out without actually using live specimens.
The fact that he wasn't bothered by the smell either.
I think the curiosity isn't the worry, it's he actually went and done whatever he was doing and found those things, and that his reaction was like, there is nothing wrong with this, and he's not out of the ordinary, and the blasé of it.
I'm just far way deeper
was-
than you. This kid is ill, man.
I'm with you. He probably does need a bit of help. A bit of a lot of help.
People, literally everyone. I mean, it's sad that she hasn't posted anything else.
She's probably crying because she probably knows.
She already knew this before she came.
She needed someone to confirm it.
Yeah, she did say
That
so,
wasn't a family member who people are going to judge, but
Good job
it's
we're
not a
mate.
personal.
This is only 9 hours ago. Right.
So sad, man.
She did write, "Thank you for your responses. I will get in professional help." So fingers crossed that I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong and that he is just way too curious for his own good. Personally, I don't think that's what's happening. I think that he's unwell mentally, and if they're lucky enough, he will live a normal life but just have to keep an eye on his behaviour. That's what I hope for him. But if not, you heard it here first on Reddit. I read you the beginning.
Oh, it's a shame. It's just a baby.
It is a shame, babe, but there's not a lot of things that I've heard that end well with.
I'm just not
Stories
prepared
like
to put
that.
him in that category because he's just a baby.
He's there though. What would you do if yours were doing that?
I'd lose my shit. I certainly wouldn't be on Reddit though.
You'd lose your shit, and then what?
I'd be like, mate, what are you playing at? Like you.
And if they were like, nothing, what's wrong?
I'd be like, you know that cake you want me to get? We're fucking getting it.
She might be getting a sphinx.
No, I'm not.
She will. Yeah. Anyway,
No, I would. We would be going to the doctors like
Immediately.
It would be like, this is not okay. This is, there's nothing okay with having dead animals. in
this
your
is
room.
wrong. Where's the empathy? Where is the compassion for these animals? A
There's
normal
nothing.
reaction is, that's really sad. If I see a fox or whatever, I'm like, that's really fucking sad. That's the normal reaction from a human being to another mammal, especially, is empathy. You know what I mean? A cat, especially cats, dogs, whatever, because
No,
they're.
you got me all
that's-
worried now.
Why, have you found any dead animals?
No, but when
No.
when our bunny died, my youngest was like, I'm really sad. Can I have its foot?
Yeah, but that is because of the lucky rabbit's
It's
foot.
a lucky
Is it in his
rabbit's
room?
foot.
No.
No, it's not.
Yeah. No.
So who was going to be cutting off your pet's foot?
But
Not me.
that is not that weird, because he's talking about a lucky rabbit's foot.
Because it was his pet rabbit. I'm like, he's not that lucky.
Did
He's
you
dead.
did your mum bury
Yeah,
you?
he's got all buried.
It is sad. He was well cute.
He was a good boy. Anyway, we're moving on.
Yes, we are. We're gonna have to, because otherwise we'll be on it all
Yeah.
fucking day.
Right, I felt betrayed by my best friend and still haven't forgiven her.
Fair play.
Right, just remember we're on true off our chest.
Yeah, I
okay?
know. Not psychopaths and
Yeah.
murderers.
Okay. So I've had my best friend E since fourth, so I'm guessing
Me.
fourth grade, and she generally is very funny and sweet.
Definitely
Will
me.
sometimes do weird things and have unusual priorities.
Definitely me.
Yeah, she goes around collecting dead animals.
Yeah.
I will also
They're under my
clarify
bed.
that it isn't everything I remember, so some things are what I've told. I will also clarify that it isn't everything I remember, so some things are what I've told.
Just keep reading.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it should come together.
We were at this fair in September 2023 when I was 15 and she had just turned 16. So these are young people.
Yeah.
Now E really wanted to talk to some of her dad's friends.
Okay.
So we did. Afterwards, we laid down in the grass and talked. Suddenly, I feel two hands on my boobs. They are pretty much non-existent.
Okay.
Not the hands, the boobs.
Yeah, no, I got that, yeah.
And I flinched, looked up and saw it was one of the friends who was like 55.
The fuck, bruv.
I
So we've gone
laughed.
from murderers to fucking...
Pedos. I laughed it off because I was uncomfortable and tried to I've lost, but hold on. Uncomfortable and tried to tried explaining to E why that wasn't okay. E pretty much said that it was my own fault for wearing a crop top, and she would have done the same.
Okay.
Okay.
She's being sexually assaulted, yeah.
And her friends making it okay.
No, the E is being raped by these pedos.
But E is also making it okay.
Yeah. She thinks it's normal. Yeah.
Right. We try to still enjoy the fair, and we get drunk around 8 p.m. and E is so bad drunk. I remember going into a big tent full of people, and that's like the last thing I remember clearly. So the rest is blurry. This is a 15 and a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
In the big tent, a guy around 28, if you ask E, hugged me and started talking to me. One thing led to another, and suddenly we were making out. E saw this and left us alone, and this man took us as an opportunity. He suddenly tried to pull me with him. When I resisted, he kissed me without permission and pulled me into him, so I couldn't leave. I start yelling for help, and another guy comes over and pushes him off me. I try to find E but cannot since she left. I end up asking security guards, and we find her together. She sits alone in the middle of nowhere. I think we start to drink some more, and I have to go to the bathroom. At least I remember E not wanting to go with me. I'm pretty sure I met some men on my way
Fucking hell.
to the bathroom, and they convinced me to pee in the woods with another man. I don't remember anything else, but the next month I'm sick, like badly sick, constantly throwing up and feeling awful. I call E and she doesn't want to hear about my long ass hangover, so I hang up. I didn't talk to E for a month, and then my period doesn't come, and I thought I may have been pregnant. I wasn't, because I didn't recall anything from the fair. I call E again, and she basically also blames me for that. I still haven't forgiven her for this, but I've moved on. I just wish she didn't have these traits as well.
Okay. Right, so a couple of things here. First of all, E might be being passed round to all the dad's friends. It's weird.
Yeah.
But this bitch, right, not blaming her because you're not allowed to blame the victim, kept going off with men. So instead of the first instant when someone grabbed her tits, leaving and saying, what the fuck, she then goes into a tent, starts snogging him, then decides snogging isn't okay, then gets convinced to go for a piss into the woods with more men.
Random men.
And I'm not blaming her because she's just a young girl, like I get it. But I know E has to take some responsibility here, but doesn't she have to take some responsibility? Do you see what I'm saying?
For herself, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird because she's like, I thought it was going to lead to E being with, she went to the field and she was with this, but that wasn't what was happening. I don't think whatever's going on with E is not normal. Because she's
it's not okay, is it?
No, I feel like something wrong is happening there, but I feel like bad stuff happened to this poor girl, and I really mean, like, I'm sorry, like, what happened to her, but I do feel like red flag one, when some random ass dirty old fucking granddad grabs your tits, it's time to go. I mean, personally, I would have had to, or I certainly wouldn't have got pissed.
I would have stopped drinking.
Right.
I mean, I personally am not a big drinker anyway, we all know this, but I think if
you didn't feel safe,
I didn't feel happy with the situation,
that's what I'm saying,
I would have stopped drinking.
Right. And then,
and I know she's a 15-year-old,
of course, but then situation 2 wouldn't have happened. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you would have had your wits about you a bit more than what she clearly
but
had.
But she also said, went into the tent, don't remember anything. Next thing I'm snogging some bloke. Then I try to leave, he pulls me back, we snog some more, and then I'm done with that, and then call for help. Right?
Yeah, because she's clearly panicked
Right.
herself with, whoa, hang on a minute, what's going on? But she hasn't stopped there.
That's what I'm saying. So then they drink more. She finally finds E on the field.
Literally just floating about in a drunken daze.
Not realising how much danger she's actually in.
And then a mild bit of consciousness comes in and goes, whoa, hang on the fuck.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I need a toilet. And then she's swanning off. And then,
like I say, I'm not trying to shame her or anything, but I do feel like I'm going to have to give her a little bit.
There's a reason why you should be 18 and plus drinking.
We can't say that.
We can say it. That is the reason.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the way we lived, but
no, the other thing here to talk about is when we were drinking, we were in a big group and we did look after each other, and that is the truth, babe. We did in our groups.
Oh, I didn't drink a lot. I have to still admit, I was never really a drinker.
Even when I drank, I was always with somebody. I was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who was never going to let some dirty tramp put his hands on my tits. Imagine Jenna.
Honestly, this
anyway,
I feel like I'm
coming across as a bit of a bitch, and I don't mean to be. I just feel like she kept putting herself in like repeated situation. It's like, hello,
you like got your mum head on.
Yeah, because I'm like, really, you're still there. But anyway,
you know, this was only last year.
Yeah,
or 2 years ago. Why are you not calling for help?
I don't know.
Where's your phone?
What do the comments say? Let's have a look what people think.
I've read a little bit, but she wound me up in the comments.
Oh, okay. The OP?
Yeah. So the first one says, first and foremost, you might need to report the arseholes you were hanging out with.
Right.
OP replies with, the ones I met on the way home to the bathroom, ? And also, thanks for the reply.
No, every single one of them.
Yeah. So then they reply back saying, yes, and the dude you were making out with, he took advantage of you. The OP then says, yeah, that dude is definitely fucked up in the head. I don't know what he could get charged with, though. He didn't really get away with me. I mean, maybe the kissing, but that's probably only 1 month or something, unfortunately.
Yeah, she did.
But you're a minor.
You're right. Even her story was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah.
Also, try talking to a therapist. Such experiences often fuck you up. And I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Yeah. People being nicer than me.
Firstly, never hang out with her again. You are not safe with her. Secondly, be careful when you get drunk and who you get drunk with.
Right.
It's an unfortunate reality, but not everyone will protect you. If you ever hang out with anyone when drinking and they leave you alone, never hang out with them again.
Hello.
You aren't safe with them. And if you know who the guys are from the woods, report them. OP. First off all, thanks for the reply. I don't know what they report these guys for because
interfering with a minor.
Remember much. Maybe they were fine enough people. I don't want to blame them for something that might not even have happened. Hope that makes sense. See why I'm getting a little bit annoyed about?
Yeah, listen, the first bloke that grabbed your tits is assault of a minor. And if you're in America, it's till you're 18.
Yeah. Top 1% comment is, it's an unfortunate lesson, but don't leave yourself vulnerable like that again. Protect yourself.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, it was really stupid of me and I regret my decision making fully. I know I put myself in that situation, so that sucks.
Okay, good. I don't feel like such an arsehole. Because I felt like a bit of a bitch, like I'm blaming her, but that's not.
No,
yeah.
Like you have, at the end of the day, the only person that's got you is you.
Yeah.
And if you're with people, hopefully they got you too, but you still have to look after number one.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that.
Because if you don't look after number one, how can you help someone else?
Yeah. The truth is, I've been blackout drunk, not even a handful of times, right?
Yeah.
But it's always been with either you lot or Terry. That's it.
You have been with people you have felt safe with.
I know that I'll be protected and won't be left, won't be messed about with. Nothing's going to happen to me.
We all know, do you know what? She don't normally get like that, so we've got her.
Yes.
And we all take turns doing that.
Exactly.
Like, it is our turn to get off her face. Well done, you.
Yeah.
Be sick. Let it go.
Yeah. It's
Fantastic.
making me think of you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm more likely to get... Right, so normally, like for me, I've got this weird thing. So I get a very numb nose and front teeth. It's very weird, but that is when I know I'm at the best level of drunk. They go numb. I know I'm in a really great spot. I'm not too drunk. I'm over Mary. Like I'm perfect. But sometimes I'll go beyond that.
See, you get a little trigger warning. I don't get a trigger warning.
Do you know Alfie gets it as well? Harry doesn't. Alfie gets it.
I
So
don't
he goes
get a
numb.
trigger warning.
Yeah. Weird.
That's why I must eat before I drink.
Yeah.
If I don't, I will feel good, and then go.
Yeah. It's normally how it happens to people.
But I feel it happening.
Yeah.
The down.
Yeah.
But it's too late then.
I hate it when I take it past it, because if I get to that point, I can
have
wake
to
up and be
drink.
fine the next day.
Have to eat.
If I go past that, then it's always a mistake. But normally I don't. Just sometimes I need to, but I know that I'm with people that are going to look after me and have looked after me from about 13 years old. Younger when I lost my front tooth, but that's a different story for a different day. My point is, we've all done stupid things, but not with a bunch of dirty old fucking pedos.
No.
And anyway, that's it. Like, I'm done with that.
Moved on from her.
Yeah, because it's slightly
It's
irritating.
a little bit of a silly little girl story, but
right.
just protect yourself.
I
guys.
liked this one because I feel like it will eventually have a positive ending. Okay? You'll understand. I, 22 female, wrote down the main things my boyfriend, 23 male, for the past 2 weeks, the mean things my boyfriend does, 23 male, for the past 2 weeks, so I'd be motivated to leave. Okay? Things he says. 1.
Wait, what? Whoa, she's reading her list.
This is her list.
How long is her list?
About a paragraph. 1. We wouldn't have half the problems we do if you just would listen to me and be more submissive. Yeah? 2. While working out, he told...
I don't know why she's gone on to number 2, to be honest. I think that was enough.
2. Yeah, but let's be honest, babe. In the past, both of me and you have gone, okay. 2. While working out, he told me to shut up while I was just excited to tell him stuff. 3. Told me he wouldn't fix my car because we're not married. 4. Flowers are just pretty and that's it. Nothing special about it.
Oh my God.
5. Told me I can't say his last name for no reason.
Huh?
Yeah, so she's not allowed to just say his last name. There has to be reasons. Okay.
To say...
What was I on 5? 6.
You're still going, yeah.
Told him I lost £10 so far and he said, good job. Want a cookie? In a sarcastic voice. 7. Asked him for his unopened energy drink can because he tried mine, which was the same flavour, and didn't like it. He told me no, he's not giving it to me because I don't need it, and then continued to say how he cares about my health. Felt like he's just trying to control me. 8. Told me he didn't want to be in my lame videos.
I'll run him over.
9. Asked him to hold me while we were just sitting on a bench, and he said, why? We're sitting down. You could have done this at any point. 10. I said, I'm cramping, and he said, yeah, you said that. 11. Walked in a room asking where the broom was, and when I said I didn't use it last, he said, you've been home for a week, how do you not know? He had forgotten that he had used it last night and proceeded to say that I had an attitude. And finally, number 11. I asked what my back looked like since I'd lost the weight, and he said wide. May I add that I haven't left because I need to save, but I pay all the bills.
So change the fucking locks. And then he doesn't come back.
I actually didn't save that to wind you up. I saved it because that is the first time I've seen a woman go, there's reasons. What are the reasons? And wrote down the reasons.
I really need to think about this because all the good things he does makes me forget.
But it does, and you know what it's like to be with someone that can make you forget all that shit that happened last week, and then it's gone. And you're like, oh, well, you know, and you make excuses. She is trying to change things by saying, no, here is a black and white copy of the reasons this man is a crack meth head. Thought I'd add that in. You get what I'm saying? I liked it because I don't think that she is just talking, I'm going to leave him. I think that she is
gearing herself up,
reminding herself constantly why she needs to get out of there. Someone said, get out before it's too late. OP, how do I save money to pay all the bills? It's difficult. You stop paying the bills and go and stay with family, friends at a shelter, or live out of your car. But fuck all this noise. Like, what are you doing? Anything is better than this. Someone said breaking the lease means she still has to pay the rent. It's true. People are like, don't pay the bills. We all know it's not that easy.
It's not paying the, but if she's paying all the fucking bills, change the fucking locks.
Right, someone said what you said. You pay all the bills and he's over there treating you like that. Tell him to get the fuck out. OP, his name is on the lease. I pay rent, electric, water and Wi-Fi. That needs to go on the list. He pays his car, insurance and our phones.
So he pays nothing for the property. And if she's got proof for that, change the fucking locks and get him
right,
off.
So lease, aka America, I don't think you can.
No. There is definitely a law that if you can prove that you pay it consecutively every month, and it's not late or anything like that, and that other person has not actually put anything, and there's proof that they've put nothing in it, you can have them removed.
Talk to your landlord to get him out of the lease. Tell them he's abusing you because he's verbally abusive. Yeah, and he literally was on Tinder a week ago. What the fuck, man? This poor girl. I can't be mad at her, babe, because I do feel like she's like, what am I doing? We have been dating for look, you're angry, your feet are going. We have been dating for 1.5 years now. I've caught him on Tinder, lying, watching porn. I just thought our history could help. Nothing's going to help, babe. His clean clothes have been in the basket for 8 days now on his side of the bed because I won't put them away. I hope he doesn't turn violent. He sounds like one that would just turn violent.
He's going to pin it down and put baked beans on her or something. He's going to do something fucking disgusting.
I think... I'm not mad at her. I can't be mad at her, babe. It's like she knows. She knows.
Yeah, she knows, but she's not protecting herself.
But she's doing a lot more than most women that we have read about on this Reddit
going on
thread.
Reddit and writing a fucking list isn't enough.
Right, yes.
To protect herself.
But it's more than what most of the women do on... When we read their stories, they don't go, these are the reasons I can't stay. That's what she's done, and that is more than most of the stories we've read. You've got to admit it. Most we read are like, oh, he smacked me in the face, but I love him. Like, that's the crazy shit that we read. Oh, he had an affair, but I forgave him. All this stuff. She's like, here is some of the list of the reasons he's a massive cunt and he's got to go, right?
Yeah, and you need to check your pH balance and go get yourself checked, girl.
Yes, he is the worst. She knows it, but she is also being financially abused. I don't know if that's a thing in America. I don't know. I don't know what the legal system is like there, but I do know here, she would be able to have him evicted, removed from the property for abuse. Simple as. I don't know what the deal is, but I do wish her luck.
Oh, mate.
I do, and I'm glad that she's like, here are the reasons. Do you know, I like that.
I'm glad she's got reasons, and I'm glad she's seeing them, but she needs to protect herself.
She does. It's sad. It's actually sad, babe. Some of those things on that list, though, huh? How's my back look? Wide. I'll punch him. I would punch Paul straight in the face. I've just lost 6 pounds.
Like your nose. Fucking wide.
Yeah. And I said to Paul, can you say, yeah, lovely babe, right? He says that about everything anyway, but if he went, no, like something like that, I'm a boof, straight in his face. It's right, Harry time.
Wide, man. I got cramps, yeah, you said that.
Yeah, but you know he's a cunt. You know, from the first one, babe, you're like, right, why is he there? Change the locks. Like, you just know.
Okay. But now it's coming.
And the difference is, we do know what it's like to excuse behaviour. It's easy to excuse behaviour when you're in love or whatever bullshit. But she's coming out of that now. I've got high hopes for this girl. Okay, moving on to the last vile story.
This is quite a gross.
I saw.
So, this has got a content warning of sexual assault. Remember, we're still on True Off Our Chest, so this is someone that needed to talk
about it.
And we're here to listen
and judge and talk.
We're not judging. No one's judging.
I try not to. I feel like I judged about that poor girl a little bit.
Our opinions
of
based on our own personal
experiences. Okay, fine.
Let's just keep that clear.
Okay, yeah. Just an opinion.
It's just an opinion. And how we would have dealt with it. Anyway,
yeah.
I quit my nanny job and I can't bring myself to tell my mum why.
Okay. It's going to be really bad.
I feel like I can't talk to anyone about this. I can't think about it without crying. I don't know how to deal with any of it. I had a job looking after a child of a family friend. Oh, it's already bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
The child isn't a baby, but they're still pretty young. I was originally supposed to work as their nanny until the child was old enough to go to school. My mum knows the kid's aunt, and I've babysat for the aunt before, which is how I ended up getting the job. The dad has a job that allows him to work from home, but most of the time he is stuck in his office all day, so I really only ever see him in passing. If I spent any significant period of time with him, the mum was always there. He never gave me a reason to be afraid of him. I didn't really think anything of being alone with him in the house with the little one all day. The few times he came out of his office to handle the nap time routine or to play for a little while, he didn't really talk much. I feel like I'm over-explaining myself. I don't know. A few weeks ago, the little one fell asleep in the living room just before I was going to put them down for a nap. I decided to just get them comfy on the couch and work on one of my midterms. The dad came out of his office at one point and sat down near me. It was fine at first. He was reading a book. I was typing on my computer and even thought the silence felt a little uncomfortable. It wasn't really bad or anything. I don't want to be specific about what happened, but he pushed me down on the floor and I didn't do anything to stop him. I just froze. I said no a few times, but I couldn't make myself run or fight or do anything else. I just couldn't stop thinking about the fact that this child was sleeping 4 foot away from us. I thought about how scared they would probably be to wake up and see their dad hurting me like that, so I didn't say anything else. When it was over, I called the mum. I said I had a family emergency. I needed to leave early.
Oh my God.
I didn't tell her the truth. I didn't say anything to the dad. I left. I feel guilty for just walking out like that. I haven't gone back. I haven't answered any of her calls. My mum is kind of mad at me for quitting in such a rude way, but I don't know how to tell her or anyone about this. I don't know how to deal with it. I'm either crying or feeling nothing, and it's making me feel crazy. Every time I think about it, I feel like I can't breathe. None of this feels real, but it also feels very real at the same time. I'm sorry if nothing makes sense. I need to just get it out, and I can't make my brain work properly enough to be coherent. There is an edit.
Don't read that yet. He raped her.
Yeah.
I'm devastated for her. The right thing to do is to go to the police.
Massively, yes.
How long ago?
7 days ago this was put on.
I mean, if she hasn't washed anything, the evidence is still there. Because he might do that to someone else.
Even if she had washed, I mean, how long did it stays in your system?
I'm not talking about in her, I'm talking about on her clothes.
Yeah.
He literally raped her in front of his child.
In front of the baby.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
He must be like literally scoping her out.
Waiting for the perfect opportunity. I don't, man, like, listen, she's probably going through, it's my fault, blah, 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 all this shit. But the truth is, it's not your fault. There's something seriously wrong with this man. You didn't do anything wrong, and he deserves to be in jail. It's not your responsibility to hold a family together. This man needs locking away. Makes me feel sick.
Right, edit. I saw a couple of people say that there was a post a while ago from a mum wondering why her nanny quit, and I haven't seen it, but from what has been said about it, I don't believe that situation is about me. I got tested a little while after it happened, but I didn't go to the hospital to get an exam or anything like that. I'm fine physically, I think. Thank you for all your kindness. I didn't think anyone was going to see this. I made a throwaway because I didn't want anyone I know to find out about it. I'm sorry if this is kind of all over the place. I don't really know how to talk about anything right now. I just don't feel like myself anymore.
She needs therapy if she's not going to.
She keeps apologising.
Yeah, because she's been fucking assaulted by some skank. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, this guilt she's holding for no reason at all.
There is no guilt there,
but
for that she should be.
I can't put my up. I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's bad. So bad. Top comment. Start by telling one person, someone you trust wholeheartedly.
Like
if that's not your mum, maybe it's your aunt, your best friend, your sibling. When you speak out loud about it, that first time you'll be able to do it again and then again. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed. This is traumatic and horrible and not your fault. Eventually, you need to tell the police this man is a predator. You may not be the first or last he does this to. The next one,
yeah, I saw the top
says, I love that OP started telling one person they trust, us. This seems silly, but it's a great step. Many SA victims can't even admit this happened. I think she'll come around soon, just needs time to process with what's happened. She's a brave person for having written here. Lots of people. I'm just.
She'll only be young, babe. She'll only be like 18.
Yeah.
And he's like ruined the rest of her life. Even she will get over it and she will carry on with her life and have a fantastic life because that's what she deserves. But that creep will just have that tiny little fucking bit. I'm assuming it's the same.
She pretty much everyone is saying
you have
the
to,
same
thing.
People are saying like they felt this in their soul. They've had this stuff happen to them. There's a few stories about what's happened to other people. OP has not responded.
She feels guilty, and she also doesn't understand that she didn't scream and shout because she was trying to protect that little boy as well. Like, honestly, go on.
So she replied to this. So someone said, "Sweetheart, he raped you. You are a victim of what sounds like a vicious rape." I don't think I'm going to say that word, am I?
Oh, we're on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he did
You're
this
thinking
to
of
you,
TikTok.
What he did to you is a crime. He's a predator. I'm sorry. You are not in any way at fault. You didn't do this. I need you to know that. Speak to someone, anyone. You said midterms. Do you have a teacher? And this is the first one she's responded to, where she said, "My college has an SA rape crisis centre. I keep contemplating reaching out for a counsellor or something, but I'm afraid they'll report it, and I don't know if I'm ready for that."
They're not mandatory reporters. They're not. If it's a child, it's different. She's not a child.
It depends on her age. My college, it sounds like she's in America.
Yeah.
But college is
18.
In America, because don't they? Some of them go to
college at 18. Pretty sure, 99% sure.
She said she's replied to someone saying that she has
18,
got
19.
What in
America?
The US?
Yeah. Except that they go when they're 18. They finish
school.
school.
I want to tell my mum, but I can barely even admit to myself that it happened.
It's good that she's come here. It really is good. I feel like this has got to be one that you keep and that you occasionally look, because I'm hoping one day she's going to be like, I reported see you next Tuesday, and he's, do you know what I mean? I can't believe he did that to her. And I wonder what he's saying to the wife, because the wife's going, I just don't understand it. Why would she just leave?
Yeah.
Don't know, dear. Weird. Just let it go. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know that this bloke is like...
Yeah, or worse, he's like making up a whole bunch of, like, I didn't really like her. She used to come and, like, watch me. Like, made it...
Lay in the foundation.
Weird. Yeah. That she was a bit of a predator on him. Like, I've just made that up, but I don't think I just did.
The fact that
literally everybody
that he did it and thought there was going to be unless he thought it's going to be my word against hers. It's very strange that he did that without any thought of consequence, because it's not like he's a stranger and he raped somebody random. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he specifically targeted the nanny. It's well bad, isn't it?
It's really bad. And that actually they've got connections. They're friends of
the aunt.
It's
I mean, everyone's saying the same thing.
Everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody wants her to report.
Go back up to that 1, 2, 3. We'll see what the 3 key points were there.
First, you've done the right thing by leaving right alone. You were raped and you were a victim, full stop. Second, if he did that to you, he is hurting his wife more than likely. The fact that he had no qualms committing a sexual assault in front of his child, this guy is a monster.
Yeah.
There are a few places you need to contact. 1, the city police department has a victim service program. They offer a dearth of services. Report him, let them document what happened. It's likely he's a repeat offender, and they might do a rape kit if it's offered to do it. Child Protection Services, this child's father committed a sexual crime that carries felony charges. He should not be around children. 3, his wife, if he isn't harming her or their child, she needs to know what he is doing now so she can get this child somewhere safe. Hang in there.
Right, listen, and although I agree with everything you said, that's a lot of, the last one is like a lot of responsibilities put on this girl. She's just trying to fathom what's happened, right?
Although that child
Mm.
wasn't involved in the act,
Mhm.
that child was present,
Mhm.
and he comfortably did it in front of
That
that
is
child.
that is one of the most scariest things about the whole.
And
The whole rape was disgusting, but that is one of the most disturbing things.
as someone who was there looking after that child, there is
The fact
a
is, do
responsibility
you know what's
there to make sure
interesting
that
as
child
well?
is safe too.
Although
she's clearly just a child herself.
when he came into the lounge, she got the feeling straight away.
Yeah.
She said that, like,
Yeah,
there
she
was a
said
weird
weird.
feeling.
In the silence.
Yeah,
That he just come in and sat down and read a book near her.
yeah, without saying anything.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah,
That is weird.
that is weird.
While she's like
The
on her.
fact that he did that in his own home as well. There might be evidence on the carpet, on the floor. Is listen, the amount of shit that is going to hit the fan if she chooses to
There are
report
so many
is so
comments.
immense.
There's an actual click down button because there's that many.
Yeah. It's going to be really difficult no matter whether she keeps her silent. It's going to be difficult. If she speaks up, it's going to be difficult because that is going to tear everyone apart. So she's either going to be called a liar,
If she's going to be called a liar.
yeah, or she's going to be believed. And either way, it's not an easy, because she's, in her mind, she's like, I'm going to destroy their family, but he already did that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she didn't do that. This isn't an affair.
No.
This is
Rape.
This is rape. This is a man choosing to. Oh, it's frozen.
Yeah, fine, I get it. I mean,
Is that enough?
it's a heavy one to finish on, but
Yeah,
you know.
sorry.
No, I actually, do you know, when I think about it, I think sometimes when we finish on the heavy one, it's better than starting with that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's right at the end of the podcast and you trigger warn. So if someone doesn't want to listen to that, they don't have to. Do you know what I mean? I just hope that, I don't know, I just hope that we come across it and she's good.
I hope she makes the right choices for herself.
That's it,
and
that's all
stop
that
worrying
matters.
about everybody else.
Either
That
way,
will all
I
come
hope she gets therapy.
through, yeah.
That's it. Like, that's all that I hope for her. And then whatever she decides to do, the rest of that, that's totally up to her. I do wish that she'd get a rape kit and just store it, because you don't even, in America, you don't even have to use it. They can do it and store it. So as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure if that's true all parts of it, but from what I've heard, it can be stored if you're not ready to. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, so on that note, we hope that we read just great things about your life one day, or that he's in prison. Good. Do you know what I mean?
Also, like, follow, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, follow and subscribe. We really appreciate it. But either way, we're going to continue. So
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's therapy. It's our therapy.
It is.
It is. We have a right
so
laugh.
Is. It so is. Right, peace out, guys. Be safe. Look after yourself. Fuck's sake.
Every time I go,
I know, now you have to say I need to go toilet.
I
because
do
that's-
need a wee. I do need a wee. And my legs.
And you
my
go,
legs.
oh, my legs. Oh, my bladder's not as good as it used to be.
Well, it's not good.